SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohinya, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time, you are not sure. Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well, Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prom, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prom Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure. Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well, Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and all of you who are on other planets as well. I want to salute you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the morning show. Today is the first day of September, the year 2023. And it is a wonderful day because, well, I've had a very, very, very tedious day, but with the help of Mr. Francis Guy, my able producer, and I know Mr. Olayomi Koiki, my colleague and co-presenter, I think everything has been panned out well, and that is why this morning I'm able to come your way once again with another edition of the morning show. So wherever you are, I want to welcome you all to the program. I'm just going to be cracking on straight on because by this time I should be bringing you all the updates that is happening from across the globe. Of course, I will be bringing you all that you need to know when it comes to all the news that is making the rounds or the updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. So wherever you are, just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well, as we say all the time. All right then. So on the quote for the day, say true success is work which always involves the exertion of energy, both mental and physical. So you got to understand that definitely you want to see true success. Yes, in the 9th month, biblical scholars and religious, should I say fanatics, they will be telling you the 9th month, yes, is a very good month because it's a month that we birth or we give birth to whatever a woman conceives, and then in the 9th month births, and therefore it is a good time. So wherever you are, yes, happy new month to you, as I would say on this platform, or as we normally say. But thank God, Nigeria has not happened to any one of us, and we are here this morning. Let me say very, very massive good morning and thank you to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, who was on yesterday presenting all the program, you know. So you see how agile we are. So Yomi, massive thank you for that. But let's crack on straight on to, well, I was somewhere driving through. It was torrential rainfall around South London, some bits, and then I got to where the studio is, and this morning there seemed to be nothing. It was like, so I was asking my producer, Mr. Francis Guy, well, wasn't there any rainfall here? He said no. So I'm like, well, it was drenching like no man's business. But wherever you are, I thank God that you have joined us. Let me say morning to Bishop Adesina, Anthony Adedeji, Aziz, and all you wonderful people. Let me put it this way: all protocol observed. Okay, a quick one on the weather front. Let me just quickly touch on it, and then we move on from there. It's all going to be a brief one, quickly. So for the weather today. Well, for London and the southeast of England, today we'll see a mix of sunny spells and patchy cloud. The odd shower cannot be ruled out in the morning and the afternoon. Mostly, it's going to be sunny in the evening. This evening will be largely sunny with a few areas of cloud. Large clear spells overnight with patches of fog and mist developing there as well. So that's some of the top temperature 23 degrees, the lowest 14 degrees. Tomorrow 24 degrees tops, the lowest 13 degrees, and then Sunday sunshine, blanket sunshine, 25 tops and the lowest 13 degrees there as well. Now when it comes to the travels as well, on the major roads in London, apart from the A40 that's got serious delays, all the others are good service. On the underground Circle line is suspended. Northern line has got severe and minor delays. All the others good service there. River bus good service apart from the Woolwich ferry that is still got planned closures, and then the London cable car good service there as well. Well, when it comes to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. You know what? I'm going to be telling you the ones that have got good service because numerous ones have got issues there. So first haul trains, Grand Central, Limbo, Mersey Rail, Transport for Wales, West Midlands trains have all got good service. The rest, be rest assured that you have to check before you leave. So on that note, let me say thank you very much for tuning in once again, and then as we say, keep your eyes on the roads. But now let's move on straight to some of the stories that we're going to be looking at when it comes to Nigeria and other parts of the world. From Nigeria this morning, the federal government, states, local government shared 4.37 trillion naira FAC allocation in 6 months. That's what NEITI is saying. Niger, Gabon, I'm scared more copycat coup will spread across West Africa. Others. That's what Tinubu is saying. Well, you got to be scared, because what I'm trying to say here is that Now, if you're a leader, if you're not selfless, and the people don't see that you are there to represent them, but rather some of our people, because the other time we're talking about a governor who seemed, or was it yesterday that Olayomi was doing the program? I was listening to it while I was in a meeting as well, and then we're talking about a governor who is now behaving like he's a chief or he's a king over the people, and the people were prostrating before him, and I was like, really? Well. So you want to know more about that? If you want to know, Tinubu, don't be scared. If you are there to serve the people, let the people know that you are serving them. And let people know that the elections are free and fair. Nobody is doing nothing or something of the sort. And then everybody's life will be spared, right? Okay, so let's see. Well, it's not happening in the French, former French colonies or the French-speaking countries. So maybe it will not come to the English-speaking countries. Well. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, in other parts of Africa as well, as we did say earlier on. Stay tuned, because in the next 5 minutes I should be having Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in. Well, it says the federal government promises to strengthen traditional medicine for health coverage. It's an interesting one. We've got it. There's one. Let me say good morning to Dr. Gina, who is the managing director or CEO of the GP1, and I can tell you it does wonders. Well, you have to use it to know exactly what I'm talking about there. So if the federal government is going to do that, then that is good. African Union suspends Gabon's membership of a coup. All right, good luck to them. Okay, now we're going to be talking more about that as well. Niger crisis, ECOWAS counting on the support of the EU. Really? The president of Economic Community of West African States on Thursday said the bloc had asked for support from the European Union. Well, is it because you want to serve your master's voice? Well, we'll be talking more about that. The coup d'etats that are started on the African continent and its impacts. We're going to be looking more into that as well. Now, when it comes to Ghana, well, there was a plot to oust the current IGP, Inspector General of Police, but well, some were saying that, you know what, the leak tape, yes, it is me, but lawyers of officers caught on tape demand removal of 2 NDC MPs from the committee. Why? Because they are probing what they are saying, or they are asking too many questions. So why should they be taken off it? Well, we'll be telling you more about all that as well. COP Mensah spoke out of bitterness. Adam Bona is saying, one who was also lobbying for him to become the IGP, because he reckons that his party is the one that is in power, and therefore they should be allowed to do whatever, so that whatever means. But they shouldn't forget what has happened in Gabon. They shouldn't forget what has happened in Niger. They shouldn't forget that. Yes, all right then. Now moving on straight to some other stories making the rounds as well in Ghana, in other parts of the world, because we are pressed with time there. Now, Proud Boys leaders get 17 years for capital riot. Joe Biggs' sentence is one of the longest so far handed out to participants in the 6th January riot. But Trump is saying that, you know what, I didn't do anything, I didn't encourage them, and all that. It's not treasonable, right? Trump's trial in Georgia will be live streamed. Also, his posture and his demeanor will be aired, and we'll be seeing all that. It is all coming away from Starr Radio. Russia and Iran invited back to Nobel Prize banquet. The Nobel Foundation says it advocates dialogue, but a critic suggests it is being incredibly naive. All right then. Now, if you use X, or formerly known as Twitter, then be rest assured that X is to collect users' biometric and employment data. Why? You want to know more? You got to stay tuned to Starr Radio UK, because I'm going to be telling you more about that. And then here in the UK, interestingly, the Education Department or Ministry or Secretariat decided to wait until a week or a few days to school reopening to come out to say that, well, we think that there are some of the school premises that the building, the materials that were used in putting up those buildings are not good enough for now that buildings could collapse and stuff like that. And therefore, people are now worried because government is saying that up to about 156 schools have been affected by this. But all in all, what do you think about that? Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And what we know so far about the school building closures, now schools in England have been told to shut buildings made with a type of concrete unless safety measures are in place. So if you're a parent and your ward, I mean, those are, I think most of the primary schools, I think so, ones that have been affected by that. So if your child is going to be going to school and it's one of those schools, how confident are you to let your child go when you're not sure whether that building is going to stand to the end of the day or whatever is going to happen? But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. When it comes to the transport update and it came to the National Rail, well, why there are so many suspension and all that stuff that is going on, just a few trains running smoothly. Train strikes start ahead of weekend disruption. Some train companies are not running services on Friday in a dispute with workers over pay. A lot more going to be coming your way from here. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be taking a break and then we'll be bringing you what you got to know when it comes to everything that is happening across the Nigeria once we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki with us. But for now, let's take a quick commercial break and I will be with you. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
All my days I I've been held in your hand from the moment that I wake up until I lay.
Well, something from from Christopher Martin.
Of the goodness of God.
It's a reggae cover of The Goodness of God.
All my life you have been faithful.
Well, has God been good to you? I can attest to it that God has been good to me, and I know God has been good to you because He did not allow Nigeria to happen to any of us, as we see on this platform. My Bishop, good morning to you. My brother Felix, all the way in Aberdeen, massive good morning to you as well. Mr. Dantabri, good morning. So enjoy the reggae tune this morning. Anthony Dideji, Aziz, good morning. Shamsuddin. That's why we wait for Mr. Olayomi Koiki to join in. Enjoy this piece.
You know I've known you as a father. You know I've known you as a friend. And I have believed in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good and so good. Every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Ooh, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Oh Lord, your goodness is running after.
Okay, the goodness of God that is running after us.
Sing it again. Your goodness,
Is it running after you?
oh na 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 na.
Yeah, I'm sure it's running after you and it's running after all of us.
Your goodness is
And I can tell you one person that the goodness of God is running after as well. And that is my brother and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi Koiki,
I give you everything.
who has joined us this morning. All the way from our North London studios. And let me take this opportunity to say massive good morning to you, Yummy.
A very good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie, and a happy new month to you, and a good morning as well to Frank, and good morning to all our viewers and listeners from around the world, and welcome once again to the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Yes. How are you? And thank you very much. Yesterday was a very special one. So our listeners, we know that you are not missing out on anything. And I tell you all the time, you see how agile we are. We are like amoeba, you know. We can just flex ourselves and then be somewhere else and do other. But we do it because of the love that we have and the interactions that we have with you.
Well, you're welcome, Mr. Archie. That is what we love to do. We want to keep the fire burning, just as there's a lot happening, and that there can't be any shortage in the information that we're sharing with our viewers and listeners from around the globe. So it was a great one to be able to host it yesterday, and we look forward to more of such. And I say thank you so much to those that join us as well from the sister broadcast and our listeners from around the globe that were also part of the program yesterday.
Yes, okay. So to every one of you on all the various platforms, we salute it. We salute you. About your day, Rachel. Good morning to you as well. We thank God and happy new month to you. All right then. Now, listeners, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studio. So let's crack on. All right then. Yes. Well, the federal government, states, and local governments, shared 4.37 trillion naira that the FAAC allocation in 6 months. Now, so where is the money? How many people got it? And what has it been used for? Yomi.
Well, the local government is the backbone of the economy, or should we say that keeps the community going. every month we know that because of the way the structure in Nigeria is in terms of the federal system, there is some kind of allocation that goes to all the governors across the state. Whether your state is performing or not is not the question. You will also be entitled to some kind of a monthly allocation from the federal government. And yes, as usual, that for the FEC allocation in 6 months, federal government, state, and local government have now in total share what we can say to the tune of 4.37 trillion. The federal, state, and the local government share that amount. You did ask where is the money. We know that the money, should be why many 774 local government seems not to be working. Yesterday we talked about a particular state where the governor in Ogun State seemed to be very superior to the local government because there was accusation of money against him that was meant to be for the local government, but it seems that the money is not coming forth. According to the NATI executive, according to the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, known as NATI, on the Federation Account Revenue Allocation for the first half of the year, we can now confirm, according to the Secretary, Executive Secretary Archie, who announced that yesterday that the federal allocation to the 3 tiers of government as of the first and the second quarter have now stood to the tune of 4.37 trillion naira.
And now, interestingly, you did talk about the governor who, before whom some various people that they are working with, or leaders of various groupings who came to prostrate before him. And I was asking the question now: if you've been accused of, or yes, allegedly of misappropriating state funds, now it's up to you to come out to say, no, I didn't do that. This is what I did. But this, let me put it this way: from full respect that we give to our people, those leaders that we have elected into power, that makes them, to do sorts to us with impunity. And I'm so sad about that issue that happened,
Well, you're quite right. Dapo Abiodun, as the governor of the state, was in the news. We see if we can get the video. Apparently, a councillor have now been suspended. The local government chairman that accused Dapo Abiodun of hijacking the fund, Wale Adedayo, the chairman of Ijebu East local government, which is one of the local government in Ogun State, have now been suspended for 3 months over allegations of maladministration and financial mismanagement. Adedayo was suspended on Thursday by 7 councillors of the local government legislative council. The local legislator said they received different petitions on allegations that needed to be investigated. The councillors have directed Adedayo to appear in his next sitting, which is coming up in the next 13 days. We know that Adedayo's suspension is coming few days after he accused Dapo Abiodun, the Ogun State governor, of hijacking funds meant for the local government in the state. Could it be that some of the councillors and the other local government that have actually prostrated and knelt down, because there was also a woman in there, are now fighting on behalf of the governor against one of them that is speaking out against the governor? Adedayo accused Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State of withholding the statutory federal allocation due to the local government, guess what, for the past 2 years. In a letter on Sunday, the embattled local government chairman begged Olusegun Oshoba, the former governor of the state, to wade into the matter. Since we, Ogun State local government chairman, got on board in 2021, it has been 0 federal allocation to each local government. And this is where this constitution continue to be reviewed according to the amendment to allow what we call the autonomous of local government to have that money directly. And you can tell why FIFA refused to pay the Nigerian Football Association directly into the account as against paying it to the female soccer team at the just concluded Australia-New Zealand World Cup female tournament. By paying that money directly to the female participant means that they are guaranteed that the money will go to them.
Okay. It is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:15, and it is updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki in North London studios, and I'm Archie here in the South studios. We bring you updates from Nigeria. Now, interestingly, the president says, "Now, Niger, Gabon, I am scared copycat coups will spread across West Africa and others." Now, why is he scared? Now, I agree that there could be sort of a copycat thing, but you want the support of the populace. Let me put it that way. So, if majority of the people are not suffering, or if we are all suffering, and we can see that whatever you are doing, you are, sweating to make sure that everybody's life is better off. Do you think when there's a coup, people will not come to your aid? Yummy.
It seems the Gabon coup has come as probably not surprising to the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember that just as he was sworn in as the president on the May 29, in less than 2 weeks, he became the chairman of ECOWAS. And I remember one of his speech during the ECOWAS was to say that coup is not in the interest of Africa today, but it seems that he's now dealing with multiple coups within Africa. One is still the one in the table by Niger Republic, which is just a border to Nigeria, and the other one is in East Africa, which is Gabon, again not too far away from all the region. The question this morning now is the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu says, "I am scared there will be more copycat coup that will spread across West Africa." There are reports out there that seems that Cameroon, Paul Biya, and also in Kenya are reshuffling their military. We know that Tinubu has actually removed those that were in there when the former president Muhammadu Buhari was there. So that literally means that we now have the new generals that are probably have to be loyal to the government. But this morning, President Bola Tinubu yesterday said the overthrow of the government in Gabon has now confirmed his fears that there will be more coups in Africa after Niger Republic. The president stated this when he received the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs that was led by the Sultan of Sokoto. Remember that the Sultan was part of those that were sent to Niger, but they couldn't bring back joy to the president. Muhammadu Saad Abubakar III at the State House. My fear has been confirmed in Gabon that copycat will start doing the same thing until it is stopped. How do you stop it is the question. I was listening to the United Nations General Secretary yesterday while he's preparing for a lot of his outing to Kenya, Cuba, and the G20, where there will be so much activities just before the United Nations General Assembly that is coming up. And in what the UN General Secretary seems to be concerned about is that his fear has always been this. Let's listen to a little bit from him.
Engaging with global leaders at these 4 very different summits before the world comes together for the opening of the General Assembly of the United Nations in New York. Diplomacy is more important than ever to navigate the tensions of our emerging multipolar world. Dialogue remains the only way to find joint approaches and common solutions to the global threats and challenges that we face. Thank you.
And this is the first question coming to the UN General Secretary.
You just returned from the African continent, and in the context of growing coups and growing intractable conflicts. I wonder what your reading of the situation is in Africa right now. We see a growing anti-Western sentiment. We see the foothold that is being created by the Wagner Group, and of course the lack of development and the growing militant elements in the region. What's your assessment of what is going on right now, given the fact that the institutional reforms you are calling for are not going to happen overnight? You and I both know that. So what can be done in the interim? Does the world lack a muscular diplomacy that is required for this moment?
Let's hear the answer.
We need to strengthen our capacity to support the different African institutions, the African Union, the different regional organizations in their diplomatic efforts to bring peace, stability, and democracy to the African continent. But at the same time, we need to create the conditions to allow the Africans to address the root causes of the problems they face. And the most dramatic of those root causes are in the lack of adequate development. Development is a central objective if we want to create conditions for peace and stability in Africa. And that is the reason why it is so important to advocate for the SDG stimulus. It is so important to advocate for debt relief. It's so important to advocate for the rechanneling of special drawing rights. And it's so important.
So you've just had the briefing. This was the briefing at 12:30 at New York as the United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres is preparing a 4 major event before the month of September, the new moon, the bright blue moon, as Bola Tinubu, the president, is concerned. He will be traveling as well. And we've been confirmed that he will be the only president in Africa that will be having a sideline meeting with the United States President Joe Biden at the United Nations General Assembly that is coming up this month of September. So you can see that there is a lot full in the cup when it comes to Africa. And I'll come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie. The Starr Radio UK, as we continue to give you all the headlines coming from the United Nations briefing every day, and right now, as we continue to review some of the news update from Nigeria.
Well, listeners, Starr Radio UK. Adeniji, I didn't know whether I acknowledged you. My apologies if I didn't. I hope you are doing very well. Thank you very much for joining us. Listeners, Starr Radio UK. Updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Well, the president says he's scared of what is happening. Copycats could start. But the question is, what are the push factors? What is happening? Are our leaders actually serving us, or are they serving their own parochial interests where they are looking at me, myself, and my dog? Is that what they are doing? If they are there to serve the people, I really wish that there could be like is it like what do you call it? A state coup. That would be lovely, very, very lovely. Just for the state, where a particular state, and they say the governor is not doing well, and then we overthrow the the citizens will go in there and check the governor out because they are there. They think that, I mean, how can somebody, what we were talking about, was it last week when we were talking about 5 billion that was supposed to go to a particular state, and it was only 2 billion that had reached there.
Not a single state has received that exact 5 billion. I was looking at Ondo State yesterday. Ondo actually confirmed that they've received 2 billion. Maybe the remaining 3 billion is still en route to them. But you had the General Secretary talking about, we need to build, development, strong institution. The question is, Buhari, the ex-president for 8 years, refused to abide by the constitution, that the DSS has actually become, their own power. These are also phantom that is bringing some of the reason why Anthony Guterres is a bit concerned. Bola Tinubu has been the president for the last 80-something days now, going to almost 90 days. Yet, institution is still being abused as the DSS is overshadowing what the court is saying when it comes to Emefiele. So the question is, how do we resolve some of these crises when it comes to the coup in Africa? Mr. President Tinubu expressed concern about the coup at the Republic of Gabon on the west coast of Central Africa. Meanwhile, he said all diplomatic options will be exhausted with the military junta in Niger before any military intervention. So there is still the military intervention on the table, according to the president yesterday.
Well, listeners, Starr Radio UK. we'll talk about that during the course of the days and the weeks to come. But for now, it is all Star Radio UK, and let's go on to some of the other stories that is making the rounds in Nigeria this morning that we are looking at. Well, now Herelius, okay, let's not pick that. Let's pick another one. I didn't want to pick on that one. Just a minute, okay. Now, 2,588 children are sexually abused in 1 year. Now, what are they talking about? Is it that? Is it? We call it. Is it the female mutilation that we're talking about, or sexually that somebody sexually abused them? Can you throw a bit of light on that, please?
Well, this is Lagos State we're discussing right now. Just one state out of the 36 states that we have. At the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. Yes, you're quite right there. It's a very sad one that almost 3,000 children are sexually abused in 1 year. We're not talking about FGM as you've talked about there. We're talking about all kind of manners of sexual abuse. Remember that there's still many children that are hawking, and some of them will be abused along the line. According to the Lagos State government, yesterday disclosed that at least 2,588 children were sexually and emotionally abused during various domestic violence that was recorded in the state between August 2022 till July 2023. The Permanent Secretary and the Solicitor General, Miss Titilayo Shitabe, stated this at a media briefing as part of the activities to flag off 2023 Domestic and Sexual Violence Awareness Month that theme Not in My Lagos, represented by the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Domestic Sexual Violence Agency, Mrs. Titilayo Vo Adeniyi. She added that 40% of those children have been taken through counseling programs to ensure they can psychologically deal with such events that they have witnessed without having a permanent and negative impact. I was looking at these kind of abuses that have taken place in Lagos State. I mean, Lagos should be a little bit much more up to the task when it comes to the other states. So if the number is this high in Lagos State, you can think of some of the other states across the country where the number will probably have gone a little bit more. The agency now receives an average 250 clients every month. For adults, 95% of survivors were female, 9% were male, while 45% of the survivors were boys, 55% of them were girls. In the period under the review, the agency has provided service to 7 persons with disability who were also experiencing one form of gender-based violence or the other. The youngest child that experienced sexual violence was 18-month-old baby, while the oldest client that experienced domestic violence was a 79-year-old woman.
Well, I don't know when things like that happen, whether the sentencing is deterrent enough so that others will not actually also perpetrate the act. But at times it's just like a slap on the wrist, and then the person just goes, and the next moment there have been cases back in Ghana where an adult has abused a little girl, and then they'll say, oh, you have to come to the chief, and they say bring goat and whatever, and then they say, and some snap, and they say they pacify it. And I said that is criminal. Take the person to court and imprison the person, for the person to see, for people to know that when you do that, you are not tolerated in the community. But what do we see? Because if my little girl, you do that to my little girl, I'm going to deal with you. Oh my goodness.
You're quite right. Let's look at the SDG Goal 5, gender equality, and that is going to be the one of the theme. While I was again at the United Nations briefing of the Security Council that has been America representative, Albania will be taking over this month for the month of September. She was actually more focused on the SDG goals that needs to be attained. Nigeria has promised to have the SDG goal by 2030. So we do not have much time left. We have just less than 7 years before that. But looking at that SDG Goal 5, gender equality, what does it say? Ending all discrimination against women and girls is not only a basic human right, it's also crucial for sustainable future. It is proven that empowering women and girls helps economic growth and development. The UNDP has made gender equality central to work. How and what more needs to be done to reduce that number? Because Lagos should be, the forefront of making sure that everyone is safe, especially the children and the elderly ones as well.
Well, listeners, it is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi, Koiki in our North London studios. I'm Archie here on the morning show that comes your way every weekday from 10:30. Yeah. So we wanted to be part of it every time we bring your way. And there are other programs that we bring your way. One that I don't want you to forget of. Last Wednesday it didn't happen, but there's one that makes the rounds like no man's business. The Niger Voices comes your way every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So let me say 6 p.m. local time. All right then, good. All right. So now let's move on to some other stories. Well, Nigerians are attacking, harass Illinois governor over President Tinubu's alleged certificate scandal at a Chicago university. Now, I remember that the president was putting every impediment the way of the PDP leader Atiku from assessing that certification. Now, what has come out from there? Is it that they got a name that he actually went to that university or that particular institution, or maybe the person that came out maybe was a woman, and maybe the person had transitioned to be a man who is Tinubu? Yes, Tinubu. I don't know. Tell me more about that, Yomi.
It seems that the presidential and the former vice president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, is still not yet satisfied, with Bola Ahmed Tinubu yet when it comes to how his education background has become something that we have to keep looking for, trying to get a court judgment to be able to make sure that and it seems that as many other Nigerians are also bombarding Illinois governor, and he has actually had to shut down his comment section. These are part of the bully that goes on the social media all the time, especially with the obedient movement that sometimes could become a little bit too much, and we've seen attacks of such most of the time where many have to either discontinue. I remember even up to our the former Nigerian British High Commissioner Katrina Lang literally had to shut down comment section because she couldn't handle as many of the backlash that were coming on that as well. Yes, Atiku have not been able to get as much as what he wants, but already it seems that of the certificate or part of the document seems to be different from the one Bola Tinubu submitted in the INEC or some of the qualification that he has attained. So there is still a little bit to such, but it seems that the headline this morning says that Illinois governor had to shut down his comment section because of the bombardment from Nigerians because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu certificate saga in Chicago.
Well, that is our own problem if we want to talk about it, that our president has not got the necessary certificate. It's not up to them to talk about it, because I believe that but if he's lied on the INEC registration bits, that is wrong. That is fraud. That is fraud, because he didn't tell us the truth. And to become a leader of a country, you need to be truthful, because virtually, if you want to go to equity, you have to come with a clean hand. So if it's not, then I think there's a bit there. But I know why Atiku is doing that. That he could use that to stoke more fire. That whatever he is, he's not, and therefore maybe the election tribunal might rule in their favor. Well, so we don't know when this election tribunal ruling is going to take place. They are shouting it in secrecy, right?
Well, we might get something this month. It seems that it's becoming a little bit, probably they're trying to make sure that the stability in Nigeria, because I mean they have to come out and say something, you know, as much as they might try to hide away from such. The most, I mean, the tribunal have been concluded. Everybody has given their final remarks. So it is now up to the election tribunal to come out and tell Nigerians, based on the evidence submitted by all the three political parties, what is going to happen next. And it seems that they are being very careful because everybody knows what could be the end of such outcome. But we can only hope that whatever the outcome, many Nigerians will accept it either in faith or would disagree with it in faith as well. But again, whatever the outcome, everyone is not going to come down.
Well, heaven is not going to come down, but we hope that what has happened in other places will not happen to us when elections are taking place and someone has been declared president, winning 64 point what percentage, and then the next moment the military say no, it's all fraudulent and therefore annul, and the person is in custody. But interestingly, the UN Secretary General did make a statement, and that's one that I want to relate to this last story that I want to pick, and then I can allow you to bring all the others pertaining to having institutions that building, robust institutions, institutions that are not, controlled by the central government or anything of the sort. But the lawless secret police, the DSS operatives, have denied Sowore access to the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu as activists demands immediate release. Now, there are lots of we talk about the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Emefiele's case, where the court is saying one thing and then they are also acting on another. We had Nnamdi Kanu, the court says release the person, and they are also acting on doing other things. So you look at such system and you ask yourself the question, so do you think that if the public are sitting back, or there's a ruling that Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's property that has been destroyed or that was destroyed by the DSS at the time, they need to compensate him for whatever they've done, and then they are not doing so, and then the public thinks that look, what is going on is not right. We can't take that because people think that people can be controlled all the time. You are lying if you think you can control people all the time. It gets to a point that the people get angry enough and then fire flares. So if they are saying this and the DSS is going on like this, and that's the statement that the UN Secretary General made, then it means that the whole of Africa, I bet you, are sitting on tenterhooks. Yomi.
You're quite right. The United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres, believes that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, regardless of whether you're a criminal, must also be factored into who you are. You talked about Sowore there. Sowore could not get that visit. I think he actually said it's going to be the third time he's trying to get to a visit request, from the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, but that doesn't seem to be coming, anytime soon. We remember that that we do not have, the qualified, legal team in the country, but the institution in Nigeria, we keep saying they are not strong enough to allow it to perform some of its, judiciary system that many Nigerians expect. So what we are seeing right now, like you said, it seems that we're sitting on a really, really difficult situation. Those that are agitating, they have the right. We see that the Scottish continue to say to the Westminster that they must be given the other part of a referendum, but that doesn't seem to is going to happen anytime soon. So, but how do we resolve all this problem? Time will tell. But as we go into the next part of the conversation is the NPC seeks military support to deliver credible census. We know that the former President Muhammadu Buhari wanted to make that available before he left, but I think he decided to leave it for the new administration to deal with. The NPC chairman Nasir Kwara has sought the support of the Nigerian army to conduct a credible census in Nigeria. The chairman of the National Population Commission, Nasir Kwara, has sought the support. We are still not sure of the total numbers of how many Nigerians. We are only told we are 200 million plus, but until we have a credible census up to the north, to the middle belt, to every part of this country, then we can be able to confirm such. But he was speaking again in Abuja, where there was a visit, was to thank the CDS for the good job the military had been doing for the country, adding that they had continued to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria and making sure that the nation continued to experience peace.
Now, Yomi, it's quite interesting. Why is he asking for a military help? Are the military going to do the census, or they are scared that people will attack them for counting people? What is the sense in doing that?
Well, according to him, the census, which was supposed to be conducted in April, like I say, just some few months before the former administration was ending 8 years, has now been put on hold pending the new administration of Mr. President, has reassured us that the census will be conducted according to Mr. Kwara. We are here to seek the support of the Army in providing security coverage for functionalities, offices at the state and the local government level, as well as having access to the military barracks nationwide. So that is the reason why, they are asking the military, for such support. We know that the military are always there, especially as the election that was just concluded, whether it has been fair or not, we saw that the military performance was there to make sure that the logistics of moving the materials and protecting, as much as they couldn't protect a lot anyway, because we saw ballot snatches. We even saw military helping them to snatch the ballots anyway. So maybe the military might be helping, to also do otherwise during the census, because there's video evidence out there where in some state the military came with the vehicle, removed the ballot boxes that people have voted into, and then cut it away. And since the military uniform, some were stopped, but some were able to take it away, even apart from the hooligans. So you can see that conducting election in Africa is a do or die. And like I said yesterday, as many people were saying, get in touch with your the representative so that you can facilitate the peace and the diplomacy, which the United Nations believe that dialogue and diplomacy is the only option. But the question is, can you really force or bring diplomacy when the politicians that are already been voted in did so in an illegal way, where ballots were stolen and people were not allowed to vote for their own free mind?
Yeah.
And that is a very difficult question that these politicians will be ready to sit, and you do not also have what it takes to compete with them in terms of the wealth.
Yeah, and that's what I say all the time. They are there to enrich themselves so that they will control us all the time, and that is what citizens have to stop. If they come to give you money, take the money, vote against them, let them get out. But well, I can only say so much. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Mr. Olayomi cooking on North London studios. I'm actually here in the South studios, and I'll allow Yomi to bring you the rest of the stories and what is happening with the social media. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, the social media seems to be asking why the Nigerian Bar Association, the legal part of Nigeria, association, invited Portable to their end of the year conference, because you can see the image there. He actually was displaying all kind of manic that some of the lawyers had to run out of the venue. Why Portable perform at our 2023 conference, NBA? The Nigerian Bar Association has explained why singer Abib Okikiola, popularly known as Portable, performed at the Association 2023 Annual General Conference that took place yesterday, dismissing the rumor making the round that the artist was paid to perform. Late last night, lashed out at the NBA for inviting Portable to perform at their show that consisted of learned individuals, adding that the association had, by the singular act, not help his reputation and reduce them to Raz. Raz are people that do not have what it takes. And since he's not the kind of Davido and the other ones, you can see him there, jumping from one end to the other. In the reaction, the national publicity of the secretary of the NBA, Akorede Lawal, told reporter that Portable present at the event to entertain Obi Kubana partnership with the program as the headline sponsor. So you can see that the division in Nigeria is not just within the rich and the poor alone. Even the lawyers will not want somebody like Portable that call himself Were Olori, a mad musician, to come and play at a very elite event like that in Nigeria. We talked about again local government chairman. I'll take one more again from Ebonyi, as the PDP knocked the local government chairman over anniversary celebration. The Ebonyi State People's Democratic Party has knocked 13 local government areas chairman in the state for celebrating 1 year in office, saying there was nothing to celebrate. You can tell that there's just a lot happening, in most of the states across Nigeria where they are celebrating nothing to celebrate of. So that seems to be, why the question is, as many local government, the question is, how do we bring all these to become, workable? This was the main opposition party said none of the council bosses had done tangible project in their local council area to justify the huge monthly allocation they receive from the Federal Account Allocation Committee. Remember, we talked about that at the beginning. About 4.4 trillion have been shared by the three ties of the government. According to the PDP Publicity Secretary Chika Inwoba, stated this during a meeting with the journalists in Abakaliki on Friday, adding that the local government chairman were yet to challenge him on the 2 billion ecologic fund allegedly diverted to bribe judges at the Ebonyi governorship election petition. So it seems that money that is meant to be for ecology fund is now being used to bribe judges. He maintained that the council chairman will soon give account to Ebonyi citizens on what they did with their monies. Let's now go straight again to what is happening on the social media. In terms of the lawless secret police, DSS operatives deny Omoyele Sowore access to the IPOB leader. These are some of the response as well. Yoruba Kingdom Education says Nigeria is a state. Princess Ero says same thing last year, waiting. And the next one says they always deny. Sowore will always use Nnamdi Kanu to keep himself relevant. After being a nuisance during election, it is time to use Igbo people to farm engagement against rubbish. So you can see the dispute between Nigerians, even as Sowore is trying to be a middleman, to stay very neutral. If you're Yoruba, you support. If you're Igbo, if you're Arawa, even during the Isheshe young man that was kidnapped from Ibadan, Sowore says, regardless of whether your faith is, my job is to speak. But it seems already that is getting backlash from some Nigerians. We take one or two more. This one says a very lawless. And Sunny Angel says, I hope they did not raise a finger on him as they did to NCS Nigeria official at the court over Emefiele. And this one says, good morning class. What figure of speech will you categorize lawless police? So you can tell that those institutions that the United Nations is looking for in Nigeria or Africa is going to take a long time. Wow, it seems already a 10,000 tweet this morning. Tinubu must be disqualified. Hashtag is trending. You can tell that it is still something. Wike is trending. Remember that Wike is a member of the PDP. And one of the headlines that I just saw not too long ago, Daily Momodu says that Wike is not too big to be punished under the parties. So I don't know what is going to happen because it seems that Wike is playing both sides. We know that Daily Momodu, the owner of the Ovation Group, also one time a presidential aspirant as well, says Wike doesn't own PDP. He can be disciplined. Well, Wike says nobody can take him out because he was part of the founding fathers of PDP. So it seems that Wike is playing double game. He's also a FCT minister. And I was listening to the president yesterday during again the NBA event, not the one that Portable was there because he was after the party that Portable came in. Tinubu actually said to Wike, if I ask you for a land in Abuja, please make sure you deny me such, but make sure that the real metro line works. And that is part of why Bola Tinubu is saying that there must be a review every 6 months from all his ministers. So we wait and see how all that is going to happen. Let's go back again to the social media. The leader and the prime minister, government in exile of the Biafra, had a press statement yesterday, and the message was to Gabon, reminding Gabon that Gabon actually put effort towards what they called the Biafra War, because Gabon supplied what they call the Gabon Gari. I never knew that. Yesterday, during the press statement, he actually said that again, they are having their open hands ready for Gabon at any time as well. That was the press statement yesterday from the government in exile. Now let's come back again as more activities. The ISWAP army of Tumbu Gani Malam Somalia, its fighters and family members have surrendered to the troops of Sector 3. Well, you wonder if they surrender, then what next? Do we start feeding them? Do we start, trying to bring them back to reality as Nigerians, or maybe fighters that decided to kill Nigerians, but now, they've dropped their arms? And let's see if we can get that image before I come back again to you in the studio, because it's already 11:50. So you can see that these are part of those individuals that have created havoc to so many communities in Nigeria. And the headline this morning on the social media says they have actually now surrendered to the third multinational joint task force operation ADI, Kyla, and I can see quite a lot of different nominations that have been retrieved from them. Maybe it seems that bringing them back on board is going to be in the interest, at least that will reduce. But let me read some of the comments underneath to see the gauge of what Nigerians are saying. According to Sadiq at Amasa 48, people here will be like, they should be wasted. Try to understand that receiving them serve as a motivation for thousands of them still in the bush, who still pose a risk to our national security. Believe accepting their repentance is in the best interest of the national security. These are the comments, and a lot of comment under that same tweet. Please change your name. You don't represent us. Kana Uku Nika. It looks like these are Hausas. I have said my opinion, brother. Sulaiman says, I strongly disagree. People cannot be wasting lives and repenting to mingle with us once more. Wasting them will serve as warning to others. Joseph, you said, do terrorists repent? Can you accommodate a repentant one in your home to live with you and your family? Mike Davison says, that is where I disagree with you. A terrorist can never repent totally. Sooner or later, they will definitely go back to the cause which they have sworn allegiance to. And we know they've done so, because the last one I saw repented, getting about 30,000, but eventually was still the one buying foodstuff, taking back to the bush for those in the bush. Starr Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, the first day of the month of September. And let me say, as I come to you while you're speaking, with my beautiful phone, not me, but these were sent by one of our correspondents across the globe, with the beautiful image of the what we call the full blue moon. I'm going to bring that to you in just about a few minutes, but let me come back first to you, Mr. Archie, as that is going to be coming on our screen. This was an image taken yesterday night in the full moon that we have continued to experience, and you could tell how powerful some of our mobile phones could work in the 21st century, and that is that image.
Oh, all right. That's let me just pick your miss image so you can see the full blue moon, but it's not blue in color though. Interestingly, my one of my little ones, my nieces asked me, he said, oh, there's a blue moon, but it's not blue, it's gray, it's still like the moon. And I said, well, we're talking about having 2 full moons in a month. When it happens that way, that is what we go. It happens once a while, so that's what the blue moon means. That not necessarily that the moon is blue.
Video coming up as well.
Oh man. So you better get yourself a very good mobile phone, or if you have not got yourself a very good mobile phone. You see, this one can capture proper full moon. Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. Yomi bringing you that. But one area that you touched that I quickly want to just touch on, that people made those comments pertaining to, that's bringing back. I mean, those who have terrorized people. I mean, bringing them back inculcating them back into the communities, and it is quite troubling, because the thing is, there are some who can genuinely, let me put it that way, so not across, genuinely, change, because those are the ones who were coerced into going into that particular fold. But when there are others who are, let me put it that way, they've been brainwashed, or that's the cause that they believe in all the time. So no matter what, I don't think that psychologists will be able to say that they've actually changed them, because if that was happening, the man who went to stab people on the London Bridge, remember I did a couple of years ago, that thing wouldn't have happened, because they thought they were rehabilitating the person. So it's quite difficult. But again, do we give them a chance?
And we don't even have the kind of what it takes, to get to that state that the UK we're working to reform some of these individuals that he eventually killed. I think one of an injured few at London Bridge. Nigeria do not have that capacity yet. So the question is, when these individuals are repenting and brought back, where are they keeping them? And who is also making sure that while they are in there, will they have access to come out of that enclosure after a while? These are so many questions, and they can easily become, the next, like the sitting lion there. Especially if they move out of a particular state. Nigeria do not have a strong database, so we don't even know how many of them are already living close by in different communities across Nigeria.
It's scary. It's scary. But we want the government to come back and let us know exactly what measures they put in place for this rehabilitation they are talking about, and whether the people are truly repentant that we are bringing into our fold. Listeners to Starr Radio UK. But before we finish the conversation, yesterday you were talking about some few events that's going to be taking place with the Yoruba Nation, which a professor did announce. Because I was in a meeting and I was monitoring what was going on, so halfway there I missed a bit there. So can you throw more light on that for those of us who want to know the events that will be taking place this month? That is September.
Well, the month of September is a month of also the campaign and awareness of the United Nations United Nations General Assembly, where the Yoruba Nation Diaspora Mega Rally, in alliance with the Yoruba World Media, the Yoruba Nation Self-Determination, is inviting to the super rally of the 78th United Nations General Assembly that is starting by the 19th. Many Yorubas have been advised to try to come down there, as we can only use such to continue to ask for the dialogue and the diplomacy, especially as we know that many world leaders, whether those that are fighting each other, would also have to attend. The Yoruba Nation Self-Determination, as I say, is the right. So the tentative is going to be from the September the 19th up to the 22nd. When the final date will be announced as well. Every month, every day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that also is coming up at the 78th UN General Assembly at the New York, where the rally point is going to be. Also, this weekend, the Canada part of the Yoruba Nation, Ilana Omodua, are also hosting what we call the Yoruba Nation Diaspora Rally in Toronto, where again, the message there is to continue to highlight, just like the Scottish are doing the same thing, the support of the Yoruba exit from Nigeria now. The 1999 Constitution is a fraud. The 1914 amalgamation has expired. This is actually coming up tomorrow, the 2nd of September, from 10 a.m. prompt at the Dundas Square, Yonge and Dundas in Toronto, where they're asking for the Yoruba Nation independence now. So you can see that the campaign continue for those campaigners of the right to self-determination for the peaceful dissolution out of Nigeria, which is going to be their own interest. But it seems that already the government is not yet speaking to anyone, because it looks like Bola Ahmed Tinubu government has a lot to deal with. But again, he'll be traveling to United Nations as well. So that literally means that maybe he might see the glance of those campaigners, because he might have a bit of seeing them, but whether the engagement with them will continue, we will find out as we continue the campaign.
Interesting. Before you go now, Bola Tinubu being an indigene of Yoruba, yes, the Southwest. Now, do you think that maybe looking at things, he's not responded to any of the correspondence that have been all letters or whatever that has been sent to him? But do you think that maybe he having a look at the whole thing and thinking about the marginalization or whatever way that the Yoruba or the Southwest think that they've not been treated fairly so far, and things, look, I'm going to do things to help you out, because I know most of the supporters of the Yoruba nation say that no going back. So they mean that we've made our choice, this is what we want to do, we're not going to be renegotiating anything. All that we want is negotiate our exit. Now, if he comes out with another policy or something that can appease Yoruba people, do you think they will want to stay in there?
Well, what can literally please the Yoruba people? We might first want to go back to the 2014 confab, which gave a clarity of how Nigeria should continue as a country. But it seems that again, it was a wasted taxpayers' money for such a confab, because Buhari for 8 years could not talk about it. Whether the president is going to talk about it at some point in his administration, we still have to wait, because his administration is still very young. But again, what is he going to do to be able to please the Yorubas that are part of Nigeria for 1914, which about almost 108 years, so that we can continue with the union of being Nigeria? The question is, many believe that there has been a lot of marginalization. Now that he is the president, he has actually done what we can call a bit of shift. We've seen the Yorubas becoming part of the high position that we've never seen for a very long time. The chief of army staff, the custom, the inspector general of police. But we're not talking about just the Yorubas. We're also talking about the other part of Nigerians that are also asking for the right to self-determination. So even if the president seems to want to favor one part of the country, the other part is still going to also say the same thing. So are they going to wait where they have their own president from their own tribe, and then they might have opportunity to what we call bring the farm closer to your own doorstep? The issue is not what Tinubu is going to do to please the Yorubas. What he's doing is doing what he's going to do to please every Nigerian. And like he said, some few days ago in Abuja, I believe on Monday, that whatever he's doing now, we will all have to manage and face the consequences of the pain, because the unborn generation will enjoy it. The question is, do we Yorubas that are campaigners want to wait for the unborn generation to enjoy Nigeria? Or, like Chief Toladini says, in 1,000 years, you will still not be able to walk with the Fulanis, because their mindset and ideology is a bit different from the Yorubas. So, can we have the 1960 regional government back, where every region goes and manage and develop to their own pace? Maybe that could give a leeway for those that believe in the restructure of Nigeria, as they also against those that want a full self-determination right.
Well, listeners, an extended one updates from Nigeria, and I hope that you enjoyed it, because we didn't bring you Niger Voices on Wednesday, so we tried to put everything in there so that you will enjoy it. All right, so Yomi is going to go now, but I'm going to continue with the rest of the news that is making the rounds in other parts of the world. Yomi, before you go.
Well, I'll be back again same time Monday. We know we had a break on Monday because of the carnival. And like I said, the carnival was a fantastic one. But next week, Monday, we kickstart again. But make sure you stay tuned with the Starr Radio UK on Twitter, on the social media, where we continue to give you all the highlights as the weekend is coming through. My name again is Olayomi Koiki, and have a very good afternoon. And I'll leave you in the good hands of Archie for now.
Well, thank you very much. That has been Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria, and then we've had an extended discussions this morning, and I hope that you did enjoy that as well. Why don't you go away? Let me bring you some music, and this is from the Zongo man, he says it's a problem of Africa. You know, Tinubu says he's scared that there's going to be copycats of coup d'etats and stuff like that. Well, I say it once again. Let our leaders sit up and know that they are not monarchs for us to be catering them and doing all sorts. And we want to see value for money. We want to see accountability. And when people are seeing that, and if it happens that some unscrupulous people decide that, look, we want to overthrow a government or something, the citizens will rise up against them, because at least we've taken a leave from what happened in Libya, when Libyans were thinking that, oh, you know what, let's get rid of Gaddafi because he's marginalizing some people. But you look at overall development and everything that he did, now I bet you they are regretting like no man's business, because there's no peace in that particular part of the world. And that richness that they had and all that stuff, they are not seeming to be enjoying it at all. But well, what do you think? Let's enjoy the song The Problem of Africa by the Zongo Man. Stay tuned, don't you go away.
The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Degrees. Big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption. Bachelor of Science in nepotism. MSc in forgery. Bachelor of Arts in indiscipline. MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Some of them went to London School of Fools, where they were awarded degrees in foolishness, PhD in stupidity, MSc in foolishness, PhD dishonesty, PhD in recklessness, Bachelor of Arts in selfishness, MSc in greed, BSc maladministration, PhD in quasi-SM, PhD pull him down, MSc Helio donkey. The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Who run things, who run things, who run
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The hole of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'm bringing the time now to 9 minutes past the top of the hour, and it is the Friday edition of the morning show. Yes, we'll not have Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. He says he has a serious engagement that he has to attend to, and that he's going to be bringing you some more information from there. So, you know what? Next week, God willing, he's going to be joining us to bring you what you need to know when it comes to the money hour. Okay, but for now, we're going to be looking at all the other stories making the rounds. Let me announce the lines open. You want to hop in to discuss or make your views heard? Feel free, just call us on 0208-133-2257 or 580208-133-2257 or 58. US or Canada or the Caribbean area, 0017183032737 0017183032737. You can also text or WhatsApp us. It is 0753966174 0753966174. Our Twitter handle is the Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. Whatever you do, make your voice heard. All right, good. 11 minutes past the top of the hour. That means we got about what? 19 minutes to bring the program to a close. But hey, I got lots to tell you. Now, ECOWAS is counting on the support of the EU. Interesting. Now, you see, France is been caught in a debacle where they're looking at their interests and their power. That seems to be waning when it comes to the sub-region and all the continent as a whole. So we have Niger, we have Guinea, we have Burkina Faso, we have Mali, now we have Gabon. And they are all French-speaking countries. Now Niger, after yesterday, the leaders have given the French ambassador, they gave him 48 hours to leave. And the French president was saying that don't go. But what has happened was that, well, the citizens of Niger decided that they're going to go to that the place where the residents, or where the ambassador's residence is, to make sure that he leaves. So you ask yourself the question, what exactly seems to be going on there? So this ECOWAS and everything, are they fighting a cause, something for the interest of their colonial master? Or let me put it this way, former colonial masters? And again, when it comes to all these bodies, the ECOWAS, the UN, the AU, and the various sub-region, because in Central African, they've also got their own sub-regional body that seems to be controlling things, who are also saying they're placing sanctions on Gabon and stuff like that. Now, when things are going on, the telltale signs, when those things are going on, do they sit up, do they call those leaders to order and say, look, guys, look at that, it's dangerous, because it is just a matter of time that thing is going to explode? But they don't. So they sit down quietly, or aloof, or whatever term that you want to use, and when the worst happens, they come out to say, you know what, give them 6 months. You have to give them 9 months before, so that they can reinstate democratically elected. What kind of democracy are you talking about there? Well. I saw that should I call it sad or awkward, or I want a term that I can use to describe the scene of the Gabonese former leader Bongo saying, calling on supporters, that the West and all those to come to his aid, and that people should go out and make noise, and I was looking at it and I was laughing, because It is a sad. I mean, looking at him sitting there, got no energy left. But what I've been saying is, I hope that the African leaders are looking at it carefully. Not that they are doing that and surrounding themselves with what? Giantess or wicked people or whatever term that you want to use, but making sure that they are there to serve the people, the interest of the people. That will be paramount, so that if anything of the sort happens, then they know that they're going to get the support of the general public behind them. Listen to Starr Radio UK. An ECOWAS delegation that included the president of the commission, Omar Aliyu Torre, was in Toledo, Spain on Thursday, that was yesterday, to ask for support from the European Union. Now, the officials were accompanied by Niger's Minister of Foreign Affairs appointed under President Bazoum. It's already been over a month since Bazoum was deposed by the army. The West African bloc presented its Niger policy to the 27-nation bloc. Now, my visit this afternoon, in a quote, he said, it was explain our position to our position to the European Union, what has informed the various measures that ECOWAS has taken, and the collaboration we seek from all our partners. Omar Aliyu Torre, president of ECOWAS, has said, as you know, the world is a global village. One event in a particular place, it affects the whole world. So that is why we feel it. We find it's important to come to Spain to talk to our partners from the European Union so that they understand what we are doing and give us the support that they are able to give us. Now, you don't even have the means. So when they say the force should stand by and all that stuff, there is war already going on in Europe. Even that, we've not been able to quell the fire or quench the fire or whatever term that you want to use. Do you think they want to get themselves involved? Of course, they will want to, because you're looking at French or the France or the French losing their grip. Well, on their former colonies. Well, and the EU will say what? Let us do that, because let's go and reinstate somebody who is a puppet of that particular country. Well, of course, I know they do. But are they serving the interests of the majority of the people in that particular country? Well, listeners, it's all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, 16 minutes past the top of the hour. Let me take you straight to Ghana as well. Let's touch on one other. Okay, let me bring you this one. The African Union has suspended Gabon with immediate effect. Where were they when Omar Bongo was doing whatever thing that he was doing? The African Union has announced on Thursday the suspension with immediate effect of Gabon, where soldiers overthrew President Ali Bongo Ondimba on Wednesday. The Continental Organization strongly condemns the takeover of power by military in the Republic of Gabon, announced the AU in the press release published on X, formerly Twitter. The organization's Peace and Security Council decides to immediately suspend Gabon's participation in all activities of the AU, its organs and institutions. The press release continued. When the people of Gabon were crying, where was the AU? That is the question I keep on asking. You want people to behave themselves? Then make sure that those who are misbehaving themselves are called to order. And I can tell you, everybody will know that it's wrong to misbehave. Listeners, Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Time now, 18 minutes past the top of the hour. Well, the OSP is disagreeing with the courts to return the seized money from the former minister's house. Well, so challenge court ruling asking Cecilia Dapa's cash to be returned, Vitus Azim to the OSP. So is the OSP, that's the office of the special, or the the office of the special prosecutor, overstepping, or do you think is doing something right there? The Office of the Special Prosecutor says it disagrees with the Accra High Court's order for it to return former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa's seized money. The court on Thursday, August 31, ordered the OSP to return the money within 7 days and reverse its August 9 decision to freeze her dollar and CD accounts. However, the OSP, in a statement in response to the court's order, said it respects the court's decision but disagrees with it because it is erroneous. So, are we seeing a DSS type here in Ghana as well? And our institutions, are they working right? Are they not being coerced? Are they not being influenced by political move or maneuvers? That because Cecilia Dapa she still is an NPP sympathizer. She was a former minister for the sanitation, and whatever monies and that they've not been able to account for how they came by those monies, whatever businesses that they went into, and how come they had that stash of cash at home. Okay, now the court ruled that give her money back. So the question is, did the judge in that particular, or judges on that particular case, do they rule right? But somebody would say, when it comes to law, evidence is the game. So you got enough evidence to say that, well, though somebody says that I've slapped him or her, but the evidence that I have means that it's not me, because look at my big my thick hands, my fingers, and I can tell you that these fingers, if they slap this person, I don't think the person will be standing. Okay, so something of the sort. But again, what do I know? I'm not a legal expert. But what do you think? So what would the OSP do, the Office of the Special Prosecutor? Because if a former what do you call it, minister is said to have had all the sums of money there, but anti-graft campaigner Vitus Azim has advised the Office of the Special Prosecutor to challenge the ruling, asking for the Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa's seized properties should be returned to her within 7 days. The High Court in Accra has ordered the Office of the Special Prosecutor to return seized properties from residents of embattled former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa to her within 7 days from Thursday, August 31. So this was after the court, presided over by Justice Edward Chum, ruled that the OSP acted wrongly in exercising its powers to conduct a search in the home of the former minister. The court said the OSP per the law violated conditions precedent before it could make such order to seize those properties it deemed suspected tainted property with corruption. Well, he says, okay, so let's hold on to it. Let me have a look at it, and if we found out there is nothing unruly, corruptible, or underhand dealings there, I present it back to the person. So why can't the person wait? Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, interestingly, one other story that is making the rounds, and I think that, well, the police service has to be called to order. The Commissioner of Police, Judge Alex Mensah, has revealed the extent to which underhand dealings could lead to negative political outcomes during election. Now, giving his testimony at a hearing on the issue of the leaked tape politically plotting the removal of Inspector General of Police George Akufu-Dampare in Parliament on Thursday, August 31, 2023, Cop Mensah, that's the Commissioner of Police, that's Cop Mensah, was referred to portions of his voice regarding mafia work during election. And he said that when I say mafia work, I don't mean that you have to go through the mafioronzo, but he says there are some moves that goes on during the election. So the question is, are all the elections that take place on the African continent this time around in Ghana, are they free and fair, or is it that we have individuals who try to stamp or trample on the rights of people and the rights that they decided that, look, this is the person that we believe is the right person to lead us at this particular time? Do they do that? And if they do, then when we have Gabon happening, would we have ECOWAS and would we have AU and have the UN as well coming out to say, hey, reinstate the democratically elected president or government? Because the question is, were they really elected or there were some underhand dealings that went on, as is being alleged by Commissioner of Police George Alex Mensah. What do you think should happen to him? Because it's not, I mean, I believe that maybe they need to be made to take an early, is it leave? No, not leave, pension. Let them just take a bow down and just get out of the service, because I bet you they are not going to give the IGP the peace of mind to do his work. But who knows? There's a tendency that while they're doing that, the IGP, will just go on doing what he had to do. Well, in Gabon as well, they said there's a huge cash stash linked to ousted president's son. So, you see what I said? Me, myself, and my dog. And that's how it's all been, all along. But what do you think about all that? Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A couple of other stories, and I bring the program to a close for this morning, wherever you are. It has been the pressure coming your way. Now, drone attack on Russia airbase from inside Russia. Now, a drone attack on an airbase in the Russian city of Pskov on Tuesday was launched from inside Russia, Ukraine military intelligence chief has said. Now, Krylo Budanov said 2 Ilyushin cargo planes were destroyed and 2 damaged. Russia says 4 were damaged. Now, Mr. Budanov did not say whether the attack was carried out by Ukrainians or Russian operatives. Now, Ukraine drones attacks on Russia occur almost daily. It had already admitted the Pskov attack, but Mr. Badanov's comment appears to end speculation that it was caused by a long-range weapon. On Thursday, President Volodymyr Zelensky said a Ukrainian-made weapon had hit a target at a distance of 700 kilometers. That's Pskov. It's nearly 700 kilometers or 434 miles from Ukraine's border. We are working for the territory of Russia, Mr. Badanov said, told the War Zone website on Thursday. So we have all this going on in Europe, and well, they're saying that, you know what? Let's get them. To do what? Come and help us to reinstate a president who has been deposed by the military. It is Starr Radio UK. Now, Trump's trial in Georgia will be live streamed. The former president's, I don't know how he. Donald Trump's trial in Georgia over charges of election fraud will be live streamed and televised, a judge has ruled. All the hearings will be available live on Fulton County Court's YouTube channels, said Judge Scott McCarthy. Now, a date for the trial has not yet been set, but it could be next year when Mr. Trump is running for re-election. Mr. Trump and 18 people are charged with a conspiracy to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election result. The former Republican president, who faces 3 other criminal trials, has pleaded not guilty to the 13 charges he faces in Georgia. All proceedings in Fulton County's court are usually live streamed, and therefore this is not an exemption. It is something that happens there. So let's see how it all pans out. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. We've got about another 3 minutes to run up. But wherever you are, don't tag the dial. Well, X, formerly known as Twitter, will collect biometric data on its users, such as a photograph of their face in an update to its privacy policy. Now, people signed up to its subscription service, that's X Premium, can choose to provide a selfie or photo ID for verification. The policy also states X may collect employment and educational history. Now, this will be to recommend potential jobs for you to share with potential employers when you apply for a job. There has been speculation that X may want to offer recruitment services. In May, X Corp acquired a tech recruiting service called Lasky, according to reports. It was the first takeover of a company since Elon Musk bought Twitter, as it was then known last year, for $44 billion. Well, so would you want to put all your details there? How do you feel about that? Interesting. I'm running out of time now. A ban on rental electric scooters has come into effect in Paris in response to a rising number of people being injured and killed in French capital. Well, almost 90% of those who took part in April's vote over the issue were in favor of the ban, but fewer than 8% of those eligible turned out to vote. Now, Paris is now one of the first capitals to have outlawed the rented electric vehicles just 5 years after being one of the first to adopt them. But it is the ban simply an example of democracy in action, or more cynical forces at play? It is not that I'm taking sides. As a cyclist at the traditional variety, I am more than a little peeved by the way electric personal vehicles like e-scooters are crowding out our space. Well, I don't think there is anything wrong, provided you got your helmet on and you are riding the way you're supposed to and not crossing or crisscrossing others there. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Now, our children are going to be going to school, and are you worried about the dangerous building that some of them are going into? Well, schools in last-minute scramble ask questions over concrete mound. Well, so in view of that, the number of schools forced to close buildings because they contain crumbling concrete could rise, the school minister says. Nick Gibb says 156 schools in England are affected so far, but the government will not publish a list until schools have let parents know. Now, survey work is ongoing, and more schools could be found to contain failing rack concrete, he said. Now, earlier, Gibb said that a beam collapsed over the summer prompted the government to tell schools not previously deemed at high risk that they may need to close buildings. The National Education Union says the timing of the warnings just days before the start of the new term is absolutely disgraceful and a sign of gross incompetence. Labour has urged ministers to come clean and publish a list of schools with buildings made from aerated concrete. Do you have questions? Well, you can ask. But for now, this is where I bring the program to a close for today, 12:31, and it's been a pleasure coming your way. But over the weekend, we're going to be having lots of programs. We're going to be having the Faith Talk. We're going to be having live church service. But there's going to be a lot of music and Let's Talk that comes your way every weekday on Starr Radio UK. Well, our DJ is going to be taking over from me now. So wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't you go away. It's been a pleasure. As I did say, I am Archie. Have a blessed weekend, of course. And see you all on Monday. May Nigeria not happen to you. To all of you on the various platforms, I salute you and I say bye-bye for now. This is from Wuta, and it says country hot. Well, which countries are hot? I bet you the African countries are hot. Sam Sudin, let me say massive good morning to you. Enjoy the music, and until I see you on Monday, bye-bye for now.
Hungry man say fix the country. Bellefou say fix yourself.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Charlie, plenty no get what to eat. Even picking they feel the heat. So we are the pray for day. Country hot, Charlie, So we are the pray for